So we are actually in the Los Angeles area, took a trip, and today we've got Ryan, and thank you so much for meeting up with me.
Dude, I'm so excited.
No,
I've been such a huge fan of this channel for so long. I have diagnosed cars for free just to get experience in things like electrical issues, CAN network, finding shorts, cars with no communication. Like I would literally diagnose it for free just to get the experience and knowledge that it brings. I found you when I think you were under 10,000 subscribers, and it was just like the coolest thing I'd ever seen. I've been talking about it on my TikTok forever. I've been telling, I think I have a link to your YouTube in my link tree, and I've just told everybody, I'm like, because I love tools and toolboxes and everything, and I'm like, everybody go check this out.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing that. If you guys aren't familiar, Ryan Mullen, he has a pretty good following on, you do a lot of like TikTok videos and stuff.
I used to do tool stuff, and then I kind of moved to diag stuff because I sold parts for 20 years, mostly for BMW and a couple other Euro brands. I fell on hard times. I was homeless 5 years ago. I lived on the street, sleeping bag. So I got myself together. I had to get a job. I started telemarketing. I hated it. So I did it just to buy a car. I came by here because I knew my boss from when I sold parts. He was looking for a mechanic, and now here I am 3 years later, almost 4 years. All I had was a little fold-out toolkit from Amazon with like 72 pieces of some sockets. And then as soon as I started getting paychecks, I just Harbor Freight, Amazon. Like we didn't have a tool truck for the first year and a half, almost 2 years I was here.
Okay.
So like no snap. We have a mobile mechanic that works in our parking lot, and he knew a Snap-on guy. So we called him one day, and I'm like, hey, if you come by here, I'll spend money. And I've spent so much money with them. So much money with them.
Oh my gosh. So you went from selling tool or parts to being homeless, and then 5 years later, this is, oh my gosh.
I put a lot of time in, and I do all the diagnostic that comes through here. I would say I do 95% diag. Every once in a while, I'll do, like on Sundays, I'll do timing chains and big jobs and stuff like that. But during the week, it's mainly diag. And like I showed up, I'm like, I sold parts for 20 years. This is gonna be easy. I'm like, I know all about cars because I know all about cars. I know all about the parts. I can identify any part, but I've never really worked on things. And like 15 minutes in, I'm like, oh, it doesn't transfer. This is way different. I'm like, I showed up, my boss gave me, the first job he gave me was on like a Lexus GX SUV. It was the rear airbags.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, just change these rear airbags. And I remember looking at it, I'm like, well, I don't know how to do this. And then he's like, just look it up on YouTube. So I looked it up on YouTube, found a video, and I did it. And I'm like, oh, okay. As long as I can look up these jobs on YouTube, it's not that bad. Most of our customers are dealers, and they get cars from the auction. And I have a theory that every car that goes to the auction is there for a reason. Like people don't want to deal with it, so they send it there, and then it ends up with me and chasing broken wires and rat damage. And
you guys look plenty busy. Like
we've got
there's cars,
we've literally got 100 cars here, and it's like a little 4-bay shop. We've got so many cars.
So how did you learn all of it in 3 years? That just seems crazy.
So my biggest thing is Scanner Danner. Scanner Danner Premium is $11 a month, and he put his whole. So he used to teach a college course on engine performance diagnostics, I think is what he calls it. And I bought the book, and I watched. He's got so many classes. I think he's got 12 chapters with like 10 plus videos that are just like him teaching in a classroom.
Sure.
And then after the classroom lesson, it's got a case study. So it's got like him doing the real fix on a car after he teaches like the theory of it. And I binge watched that. I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and watch it before I started work. And then as soon as I got off work, I was back watching it until I went through. I think I've probably seen everything he's released on the internet. He has a way with teaching that just, I don't know, like I wasn't ever big in school, but like the way he teaches, and I just understood it so fast. I went from a Harbor Freight cart to the 6-drawer Harbor Freight like roll cart, the tall one.
Okay, yeah.
And then my dealer, and that thing filled up like instantly. Then my Snap-on dealer had a 68-inch Epic that was gray with red trim.
Oh, nice.
And he had got it as a promo. At like a show or something. So he made me a crazy deal on that. I think I paid $6,700 for a brand new 68 inch Epic off the truck. I had that for like a year, and then I saw, you know who Val Tools is? She made a video at a Snap-on show with this toolbox, and I took the video and sent it to my dealer, and I said, I don't care the price, just track down this box and get it for me. Which I now, looking back, that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, because this is a limited edition box, so this has so I can turn off the LED strip and the Snap-on logo lights up. It also changes colors, red, orange, yellow, green, all from the app in my phone. I joke, it's not really a joke, but I probably paid $6,000 or $7,000 for this to light up and for the LED strip that changes colors.
Totally worth it. That's so cool.
I wouldn't sell it for 30 grand today. If someone walked in here with 30 grand cash and offered me for this box, I wouldn't sell it. Keep saying I will be buried in this box. It's my favorite thing.
And you have the bed liner top on?
Yep. So my old box had the stainless top.
Okay.
And one thing I didn't realize is the stainless isn't magnetic. This one is. So like, I can stick things to it and magnets and stuff. Like I had one of these magnets double-sided taped to my stainless steel top, and I actually think this holds up better. Like the stainless steel scratched easily. I try not to set stuff up here, but I mean, this is still perfect. I've had this box for a little over a year. I pay cash for everything. The only thing I owe money on is my box, and I just bought a new scanner the other day, which I still owe a little money on.
Nice. Yeah, so what all is this whole setup here? Like,
so over here, right now I'm big into getting into module cloning and like EEPROM work. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with what an EEPROM is, but like these little chips on a board, you can read the information on it, write it on another module, and essentially clone a module and not have to program it or be able to take. Some cars you can't just take a module from a used car and put it in a new car. Well, there's ways to get around doing the programming, paying the fees, and making it work. And I'm getting into a lot of that. Like just the other day, I have this Mercedes module. They jumped the car backwards. These are the ground pins, and they're completely separated from the board. And I actually just posted a TikTok where I was able to clone this onto a used one. I just by hooking it up to all this stuff, I copied the information from here to the new one, plugged it in the car, and it just works right away. The microscope helps you see stuff on the board. This is a hot air station, so it just blows hot air, and it helps remove chips, which I'm not very good at soldering, but I'm working on it. So I've got a soldering iron here, and this is just a power supply for when you need to like bench test a module or power something up on the bench. I've got adjustable voltage to whatever I need. So this is just a Windows tablet. It just has a keyboard on it.
Oh, okay.
And like I've got a scope mount on it, and this is what I use for like programming GM, Chrysler, and Ford. And I've got a bunch of other software on here like EEPROM stuff, HP tuners, and a bunch of stuff like that.
I like your clock.
I got my brick clock. I've got, shout out my buddy Check Engine Chuck from TikTok. He made, these are just like, it's like a test light, but it's in a cage with long leads.
Nice.
So when you need to load test a circuit.
Oh, so you're not like melting stuff?
Yep.
Ah,
so I can set it anywhere. I can run the leads to my circuit, and I can like, I literally will tie the leads in a knot from a control arm and hang it from the bottom of the car, and I can turn on the key and see if like a starter reacts and stuff. I use these every single day. I met him from TikTok. TikTok is the best diagnostic tool there is. I've met this group of friends from TikTok, probably about 20 people that we all talk all day long, master techs from every brand, Ford, GM, diagnostic guys, just the smartest group of people. And we all talk all day on Snapchat, and between Scanner Danner and TikTok, that's where I've learned everything I know.
That's amazing. So if you ever have an issue that you can't quite figure out, you can go.
I can pull out my phone, and I've got 20 people I can talk to. Like that's why we started using. Chuck actually got me into using Snapchat, where Snapchat you can just pull it out, record a video, and talk, and you're not like trying to type back and forth. You'll be like, I have this car, this is what's going on, and then you can just like these guys are busy also. They can just pull out their phone and respond with an answer really quick, and it just goes back and forth. It's so easy to talk back and forth because you're not calling each other and staying on the phone. Just when you get a second, you can send a snap, just a video. It made such a great group of friends, and we all are just learning all the same stuff together, and it's awesome.
There are not very many people that can say that they have 20 people on tap.
And like
just you can
master techs from Ford, GM, Dodge, Volkswagen, BMW, just such crazy. Smart people.
You just bounce ideas off each other.
Yep.
That's amazing.
This is my main scanner. This is what I 99% of the time I'm using this. This is an Autel Ultra. I love it. I think it's great. The fact that it's on a dock just sitting here, like I'll plug in the scanner to the car and I'll put my maintainer on it, and then I'll just have it right here if I need to control anything or look at anything. All my other scanners are in a drawer, so just having that there is why I use it the majority of the time. So this is my main computer, which is an M1 Mac.
Nice.
And this thing has 64 gigs of RAM. So it was expensive, but this thing runs like my main tool is my picoscope. Just having this all set up so I can pull in a car, flip this out, and all my leads are just here ready to go. I barely use a multimeter. I can pull in a car. If I need to check battery voltage, check charging, whatever, I can just grab one of these leads, throw it on there, pull it up on the scope, and just watch it from inside the car, anywhere. I literally scope everything.
And so it's the Pico scope?
Yeah, so this is a Pico 4425A. It's like the industry standard. A lot of OE manufacturers use that one. And these are just really long leads. These are 15-foot leads, so they'll reach a long ways, and I can always extend those because they're just regular banana plugs.
Okay.
My Noco, this thing will jumpstart like any car. I love this thing. This is the big Noco, and this is the only one that has a voltage reading on it.
Oh, really?
Which I don't know why they don't put that on all of them. There's only one of them that has that. You can tell if a car is not charging right away.
Sure, yeah. What is that? Is that just a breakout?
Yeah, so that's just a breakout box with a harness on it, so that if I need to bench test a module, I've got all my CAN wires, power, ground, network, everything. And you can flip on like your ignition power and your power all the time, and you can hook up your scanner. You can hook up your scanner and you can hook it into the car, and it'll be in line of it, and you can see the lights flashing and your voltage and everything. I guess we'll start with the money drawer because this is the most work I put into.
Oh my gosh.
So I've made a lot of TikToks about my toolbox. TikTok hasn't seen the tool grid yet. I just did the tool grid for this.
Okay.
I love the way it came out.
This is incredible.
It was expensive,
Oh my
but I think it was
gosh.
worth it because it looks so good.
That looks amazing. Man, all your solid looks like you got some Koken.
Yep. Love Koken.
Snap-on.
Love Tekton. Love Snap-on. All my Chrome stuff is Tekton. You can buy Tekton set is 6 through 24 with no skips. I'm like, I wanted to replace it with Snap-on, but Snap-on doesn't make a set that complete, or else I'd have to piece it together and it costs a fortune. I think I paid $200 for 3/8 shallow and deep, metric and standard for the whole set.
Wow.
From a quarter to an inch, and from 6 to 24 for all of them was like $200. Their warranty is the best. Like, I have this set of picks is $20 on Amazon. These Tekton picks, I think I've broken this 4 times. Each time they send me a new one.
Really?
Like, their warranty, you just send them a picture of anything you break, a new one's in the mail that day.
Wow.
And like, it's got to cost them $20 to send me a new one. This set of picks was $20, and they've sent me 5 of them or something.
That's amazing.
Tekton's warranty is just incredible. That's why I like to support them. I've got a bunch of their like 1/2-inch impact Allens and Torques. So I used to have like all Tekton. I had the Tekton Ernst rails in here originally.
How long did this take? Like,
it was a long time. Gosh. I mean, I was moving stuff for a week. I probably got 20 hours into arranging it and bolting stuff down. And a lot of my sockets are Snap-on. So like my Allens, Torques, E-Torques, all my impacts are all Snap-on. Then I also have a lot of Vim. So like all these little tiny little stubby Allens, stubby Torques, stubby oh, these are Mayhew.
okay.
But universal Allens, universal Torques.
Oh, that's cool. I don't see those very often.
Yeah, I just got those I think I got those from Cornwell. We only have Snap-on in Cornwell. I'm not big on Cornwell tools, so I buy whatever I can. I like my Cornwell dealer, so I bought most of my tool grid off him. He couldn't get the red clips, but he got everything else for me.
Nice.
Because they have like a specific blue and green for Cornwell.
Okay, yeah.
And the thing is, I see Mac and Matco driving by all the time. They've never stopped by here.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, like I was telling you, for the first year and a half I was here, there was no tool trucks.
Maybe after this video, he'll start coming by.
The Snap-on guy, when you owe him money, he shows up like, my Snap-on guy is actually really cool. He shows up every week. If I need something, he'll bring it to me. Actually, both of them are. If I call either one of my tool trucks and be like, I need this, do you have it? They will bring it to me that day.
Awesome.
I love Koken. I've been using these nut grip sockets like as my normal sockets. Like,
oh, really?
They have the spring and the ball detent, so they hold bolts in it, even if it's not magnetic. And I've grown to love these. I also have them in the universals, so these are also nut grip, 1/4 inch, goes all the way up to 15. So
I love how like shallow they are.
Yeah, they're shallow. Awesome. they're not super floppy. I have a lot of grip edge stuff.
I see that, yeah.
I've been buying that for my Cornwell guy because, I mean, I'm not huge on Cornwell tools, so whatever, Cornwell sells a lot of brands that aren't them. Like Snap-on doesn't stock a lot of brands that aren't theirs. The Cornwell guy has a lot of stuff on his truck that's not specifically Cornwell.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I think these are the best extractors there are. Like these grip edge extractors, because they're not directional, you can hammer it on there, take anything off, and then you can put it back on, torque it, and you can run the bolt in the back to push it off. And if you can't, like if you can't get a new lug right then, you can hammer this on, take it off, put it back on, torque it, and then you run this in there and it'll take it right off, and then it's the next guy's problem. This is my buddy from SJW. Nobody makes holders for the insider sockets, and he made these little 3D printed holders, and it keeps it all, because I mean, you can't put it, you'd have to have a bunch of 14mm sockets to store these. I've talked about this tool forever. These are like $20 on Amazon. This is a spring-loaded universal. The whole set is $20, and I have abused this thing. I put this on my electric high-speed ratchet, and I will put a socket on it and just stick it down in the side of an engine and just neutral drop it, and I've abused this thing for like 3 years, and it's still kicking. I broke the quarter-inch one, but for $20, I'll buy another set. I don't care. Bought these shallow sets, which, I don't know, they just look cool.
They do look cool.
I've got the new Icon ratchets.
Oh, okay. How do you like those?
I'm going to be super controversial. I love them.
Really?
I think they're great.
They're
awesome. Amazing. And I didn't like the old Icon ratchets at all, the 90-tooth ones. They're great. Yesterday, I actually swapped all the guts out of a Snap-on 3/8 1/4 body into this one. Everything fits. The faceplate's the same size. The internals are the same size. The anvil's the same size. Like,
no way.
It's literally, like, you can tell. They're the same. Like, so that's the 1/4-inch head. And then this is the 3/8 head versus the Snap-on. I mean, look at the resemblance. It's like
the exact same thing.
This is probably my favorite ratchet, my little Koken 3/8. The Koken mechanism is just so silky smooth. It's got like no back drag. If I can use this to break the bolt or tighten it, I'm using this. Like this is like my grab. The one thing that gets to me is Koken switch is opposite from everybody else.
Oh, is it?
I don't know if that's a Japan thing or whatever, but I find myself grabbing this ratchet all day long. This one, I think 3 times in 1 week I was turning engines with the crankshaft, and I left a ratchet on the crankshaft and started the engine. It happened to me 3 times in 1 week. I've never done it before that. I've never done it since. It was a rough week. These are from Koken. These are like universal impact hexes. I just have it in 8 and 10 because they're expensive. They're like $100 each. But they're incredible. Like if you need to, with my hex driver, if I need to get into like a tight spot to get a 10mm, these are invaluable.
Yeah, so most of your ratchets are Snap-on then, I guess?
Yeah. It was like that until very recently. Like
really?
I haven't had these Koken ratchets that long, and everything was Snap-on before that.
Awesome.
I just got the Icon ones. I've also got, like, here's the 1/2 inch. So I went and bought, I really like their locking mechanism better than anything Snap-on's ever made.
Okay.
Because Snap-on had this version, which was like the slide over, and I would always accidentally unlock it, so I took it out of there. This is my first ratchet from Snap-on. I bought used off eBay. And then they came out with like the new version of this that had like a switch sideways, and I hated it, so I traded it in for the non-locking one. And I actually really like the Icon one. You can't accidentally unlock it. You can't accidentally lock it. And I mean, I think they stole it from Matco. I don't have a Matco guy, but I think it's the same as the Matco one.
It looks similar.
But I mean, this is $120. This is almost 400. And I mean, come on.
And you got the whole trifecta there with the torque wrenches.
So I had all 3 of these torque wrenches in the other colors, and then they came out with the matching sets, but they weren't all in the same foam. So they came out with these 2 in the foam first.
Okay.
And I bought that set, and then like a week later, or I traded in all mine for those, and then like maybe a month later, they came out with all 3 in the same foam. So I had a separate foam for this one. So I had 2 big foam things in here, but then I went to the tool grid and I was able to get out of them.
Nice.
This is actually 3/8 too.
Whoa, that's
So I swapped this to 3/8. Most of my sockets are 3/8.
Okay.
Like the wide majority. If I need quarter, I'll just put a universal. But I mean, I use so much 3/8. I use this I use this almost every day. These two is rare that I use them. Then I made all these things for the tool grid. I was just watching your video last night, and the guy from the, I don't know when this is going to air, but the Sprinter Tech that you went back to see,
oh, yeah.
He had made little trays that he had bolted down to his tool grid. I did the same thing. I took these trays and I just drilled holes in them.
Look at that.
And bolted them down. These are off the Ernst bit holders. I just ran screws into them, so they're all bolted down.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what I like about the tool grid, is you want to put anything in there, just drill holes in it and bolt it down.
Exactly.
I took an extra board and made a stencil out of it. I drilled out all the holes so I can just put it on something and drill holes, and then it fits.
So what is this set?
That set's discontinued. It
Oh,
is a snap-on set. I literally don't use it very often, but it's flip sockets that go on a quarter. So like you have 13, 15, 12, 14. The 810 is super handy, but I have another one that I'll get to. It's on my drill.
Okay.
That I like better, but it's discontinued and it's cool and it's snap-on, so it sits there. I want to get a 3D printer and make a case for it that is red.
Nice.
I might get into that eventually, is 3D printing custom tool grid stuff, because this is the only drawer that I have tool grid in. I'd like to do more of it. So I just got these from Vim. These have become one of my favorite things. So these, you can put an extension on it and make it whatever length you want, and it's like the offset box wrench. I thought they were cool when I bought them. I use them nonstop.
Really?
Like nonstop, because like I can put like a little extension on here and get into a tight spot. I can put a long extension, I can break something with it, and I didn't know I would love these as much as I do. I hate the button. Like if you put your thumb on the back, you could hit the switch.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of sucks, but they're amazing. Like
That's
if you
awesome.
like the snap-on offset box wrenches that I have are $800. These are so much more universal, because you can have a little ratchet, you could have a finger ratchet, you could put a 2-inch extension or a 2-foot extension on there and break anything you want. So I actually was shocked at how much I love these. I find myself using them all the time.
I like the offset that they have.
Yep.
It's definitely...
Got an offset. It's got like a nice cone to it, so it can get into some tight spots and stuff.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I was shocked at how much I love these. I find myself using them every single day. I didn't think I would. Wrenches.
Holy moly.
Pretty much Icon and Snap-on.
Okay. Man, it's so shiny.
Yeah.
I love
The
that.
light really does light things up. Snap-on, big crescent wrenches. I needed a crescent wrench one day and I didn't have them, so I ordered those off the truck the next week, and they're super fancy. They look cool. Icon, offset box ratcheting.
Cool.
I bought these used. The Snap-on guy had these on his truck used. I'm like, I don't have flare nut wrenches. Icon ratcheting flex head. Icon offset. I think Icon like stepped up their game. Like, I mean, I wasn't super familiar with it before, but like the newer stuff that they've come out with has been so good. Like these are the viral wrenches that everybody was talking about that beat Snap-on or whatever. Mm-hmm. I switch back and forth. I have the Snap-on Flank Drive Plus ones. And I mean, I just grab whatever I see first. I think they went on sale like right when they went viral, and I paid like $60 for each set of these, so I bought them in standard and metric, and they were just so cheap. Like this set of wrenches is like what, $900?
Something
This set was
crazy,
like 60. I mean, I love these wrenches. They're great, but
Yeah.
the price is crazy.
Yeah.
So these are those super expensive Snap-on offset box wrenches. This set of wrenches is $800 for 5 wrenches. The mechanism's so good. Like it's got the dual 80 mechanism in them. They're so good.
Awesome. I like how they're recessed. The switch in there's recessed in there.
That's one thing that they beat. So I have the Platinum Mountain. Everybody makes these. I've bumped the switch a bunch of times using these. So I do think, I mean, it's hard to say, but I think these are worth it. I think these are really good. They are expensive.
Yeah.
I think Snap-on kind of misses on the price point some places.
Sometimes. It's a big pill to swallow.
Yeah. Then the two biggest ones are Cornwell. Like Cornwell's, a bunch of people make, so the Mountain one goes up to 19. Then a couple people make the bigger ones. Cornwell's the only one that's a 24 and a 27. Everyone else is a 24 and 25.
Oh, okay.
It's like K-Tool makes them. I think Matco makes them, and they're all 24, 25. So
25.
I've never run into a 25. I haven't got a chance to use these yet, but these are cool. These
those
are
look really
Vim, like ratcheting crow's feet.
Oh, nice.
So they lock open. You can put them around a line, or they bite really hard. Huh. They're cool. They feel good.
I didn't know they locked open. That's cool.
So they've got a little detent, so they stay open. You can slap it around something, and like I've tried them on just bolts, and they bite hard.
Really? Huh.
So I want to get the bigger set, but it's like $400 for like 5 sockets.
Oh, geez. And all of these, the organizers, what are these?
Ernst.
Oh, these are Ernst. Okay.
Ernst Tekton. I'm gonna go to Tool Grid in this drawer next. Yeah. Anything I can get more red in. One thing I was considering is a lot of people have the Tool Grid, so like they sell these squares are 6x6, and they sell them in different colors. And I was thinking about doing checkered, black and red.
Oh, okay.
But I was even thinking I could do it later, but I think it would take me so long to remove this stuff because I started bolting all these down. Oh, yeah. I haven't bolted down all the sockets yet, but like I just think it would take me so long to change. I don't think I can bring myself to changing it.
Yeah, it's definitely time consuming.
That's an understatement. It takes. I didn't know it was gonna take as long as it did.
Man, you got a bunch of pliers in there.
More red.
All red.
I just buy stuff because it's red. I've got all the snap-on screwdrivers and picks, 90-degree picks, panel tools, hose tools. Recently, I found this that I don't think a lot of people know about. Like this comes in their panel tool set, and it's got the angle on it. This straight one, I find myself using this like every day. If you need to pop like a Christmas tree clip that's deep in a hole, you just put this in there and twist it on it. And I didn't even know they made this till like a month ago.
Nice.
So that thing's cool. I use that much more than I use the angled one. Everything's a mix between Icon and Snap-on. I just bought these last week. I needed scissors, and I saw these on the Snap-on truck like this, and I pulled it up and they were red. I'm like, oh, you got me. You got me. Expensive scissors. They are CRKT, so they're nice, but feeler gauges that I've never used. This is cool. The little bit thing shoots out. It's got gold bits. I think this is a rebranded Wera, actually.
Oh,
but I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's red. All my tool dealers know that if they bring something red, that I'll just fall for it. I'm just
like Ryan.
Yep.
And these organizers here, what are these?
These are SJW.
SJW. Okay.
Yeah. So he made me a bunch of organizers.
Nice.
When he sent me a bunch of demos when he was just designing these, and they're great. They keep everything down in place. We've got all the Snap-on LN47s, the 46s, and then the little ones.
Oh, okay.
So I've got all 3 of them. And then I bought the Icon ones, and I was going to use them and try them and see if they're the same, and I just keep forgetting to grab them. These are right here, so I grab them like all day long. Everything else is pretty much Snap-on and Knipex. I think that Knipex are the best pliers made. Like these.
Okay.
Nothing bites like these. These things, I could literally rip metal apart with these things. Like they just bite so hard. Like if I can grab any set of pliers to grab something, I'm always grabbing these.
I saw Snap-on came out with a new set of pliers similar to that. Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're cool. I haven't used them a ton, but like they adjust easily, and they have the Talon grip, which is the same thing that's on the tip of these.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This stuff. I mean, they seem cool. I haven't used them a ton. I've only had them a couple weeks, but I keep meaning to try these versus those. They're a little bit smaller than these, so that works for me.
Yeah, can't go wrong with the Knipex. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've got these are the thin jaw ones, so they're to get to a tight spot. These are the first ones I bought, little ones. Then I've got a bunch of their wire cutters.
And these are the Snap-on organizers, right?
These are Ernst Tekton also.
Oh, okay.
So I actually bought one of the Snap-on ones, and it's holding my leads up there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
I bought that because it's like the exact depth of this drawer.
Yeah.
And then it holds my leads too good, so I can't take it down. Precision plier set, terminal tools, and just this is a bunch of Amazon pliers that, you know, when you need, you need.
Sure.
So I do mostly diag, so I have a bunch of electrical stuff. Piercing probes, back probes, electrical connectors. These are Phil's probes. These are like super hard to get, but like, I don't know if you can zoom in on the teeth, but it's got a tiny little bed of nails, and like it literally doesn't even make a mark in a wire.
Really?
So you put a wire in there, you let it go, it just barely touches it, and you can either clamp on here or put a banana jack in here. And there's like one guy that makes these. His name's Phil. It's called a Phil's probe. You can only get them at AES Wave, and you have to be on a waiting list to get them, and I have so many of them because I love them. Like when you pierce a wire with like a normal wire pierce like this, it leaves a huge hole in it.
Oh yeah.
Like, so I put this on here. That's pierced into there, and like you can't even. There's no mark.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have a serious problem with amp clamps. I have to have every amp clamp. This one's like super accurate. These Snap-on amp clamps are ridiculously expensive.
Are they?
And I literally never use them. But I use this test lead kit every single day.
Nice. Oh, this is the AES Wave.
Yeah. I actually just bought this off of Facebook Marketplace like a week ago. This is like 1996 Snap-on incredible technology. It's like it could be a 4-channel multimeter that can do waveforms. I have a buddy that uses one like all day long, and these normally go for like $600, and some guy put it on Facebook Marketplace for $150, and I literally left from work to go get it.
Those are $600?
Yeah, because you can't find them.
Wow.
Especially in working condition. Like this one's in decent condition. I mean, this thing's what, almost 30 years old?
Jeez.
I bought all the Power Probe like parasitic draw testers, so this you can put on a fuse and it'll do so Power Probe on their website has charts where like when you're doing a parasitic draw test, you voltage drop fuses, so you check the voltage drop across it,
okay.
And then you can use these charts to convert it to amperage. So like when you want to, it'll take voltage to amperage, and these have the charts built into them. So when you put this on a fuse, it tells you exactly what draw is going through that fuse.
Wow.
When you're testing for a parasitic draw. This one's a little hard. It's hard to get these on a fuse when it's like under a dashboard or like up under there. It's really hard to get on there.
Okay.
But this one does the same thing. So this has all those charts built into it, so it can voltage drop fuses. This has like a charging test, a starter test. It's a regular multimeter, and that's what the thing you asked about back there is for parasitic draw testing. You plug it in on all these, and then you put it in line with the battery cable, and it'll tell you your draw. But I've actually liked this one better than this one because this one works as a regular multimeter also. I have the regular Snap-on multimeter, which is my usual go-to.
Cool.
This is like one of my most used tools. If I need to test a part, I could put an M12 battery on here and just put leads out here, and it switches polarity. So like if I need to screw in rear parking brakes or test anything, I can put it in, put it out, and it switches the polarity on here to like, if I pull a part off a car and I want to test it, I just put some wires on it and I can test, like if I want to test a relay, I can just push it a bunch of times really fast and make sure it clicks.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's neat.
I stole this idea from a buddy that you're going to go see later.
Awesome.
And I always take credit for it when it really wasn't my idea, but I literally use that thing so often. A lot of Milwaukee stuff.
Okay.
I don't have any Snap-on power tools, it's all Milwaukee. So this is my everyday carry. I always have this here. It's a Snap-on multi-tool. Of course, it's red.
Oh, nice.
And a Streamlight Streon. This is like my go-to.
That's your go-to.
I always have this on my side. This holder is Tale of Knives. It's real leather, and it holds up so good. Like, it's so great having this thing on me. Since I'm not wearing work pants, I'm not wearing it, but I also have the new Snap-on clip tool.
Look at that.
Which is great. My Snap-on dealer didn't get any, so a buddy of mine, shout out Mike, even my knife is red and says Snap-on on it. It's a problem.
It's a good problem.
I say this all the time. This is my favorite tool.
That's
100%. I use this on every car all day long, everything. I've got these flip sockets are like the best thing ever. So it's an 8 and a 10, and there's a magnet in it. So like if you're doing under panel bolts, I work on a lot of BMWs. So like I can put the bolt in there, and so I can put an under panel bolt in there, hang it on my pocket, put up the under panel, and then you've got a bolt to put it in. Or like when you're taking out a bunch of bolts, it holds the bolt in it, so I can take it out, grab it, take it out, grab it. It's so good. T30 through T15 on there, and
nice
magnet. You'll notice all of my batteries have magnets on them from STS. Jared is super cool. I've bought a mag bottom for every one of my batteries, so they stick to.
Oh, awesome.
I have all the new M12 stubbies. So this is the 3/8 one and the 1/2 inch one.
Okay.
I had this stuck to the bottom of the lift, and I lowered the lift on it and crushed it.
Oh, no.
So I bought a new one. This thing cost me twice as much as it should have. But this is the new 1/2 inch. I don't have the Forge battery yet, but I literally never use it. Every wheel I take off, I use this, the 1/2 inch stubby. This thing breaks like every wheel I need it to. Just a drill.
Nice.
This is the worst heat gun ever made.
Is it?
It's so bad. It's so bad. Snap-on air hammer.
Does that hit pretty hard?
This thing, I've never used another one. Oh, I had like the cheapest central pneumatic one from Amazon.
Okay.
But I mean, that thing
You definitely
been
stepped
great.
up there.
Yeah, I've broken a lot of things with it, so I mean it works. More Milwaukee.
Nice.
Every car, I'm grabbing these too. These are the high-speed ones.
Awesome.
I put STS, who makes the magnets that are on all the batteries, he also makes these buttons so you can take the paddle off and you can put a button like the Snap-ons have. I actually really like it like that.
Oh, that's nice.
So I think it gives you a little bit better trigger control. These are ratchet knob. Have you seen those yet?
No.
So like, you know how it's recessed and it's usually hard to do?
Yeah.
So you can reach up and do it with your thumb. If you back it into something, you could flip it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just in there with like O-rings and magnets.
Huh. And that's STS as well?
No, these are ratchet knob. So
okay.
I found these, some guy, I don't even remember who, someone posted them online, and then I made a TikTok about them, and they sold out for like months.
Oh.
Like my TikTok did really well. They sold out, and then nobody can get them. And then they came out with a new version, and I actually got them from my Cornwall guy.
Oh.
So Cornwall carries them now, which I was surprised. I thought it was a tiny little company, but they make them for the Milwaukee and the Snap-on. I literally never use the insider ratchet. I grab these too. I'd rather have speed over power.
Okay.
So I grab these on literally every car. This was the first one I had, is the short one.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever used it since I bought the long ones. I always want more leverage, so I can break stuff loose with it. And yeah, I have a ton of batteries.
I see that. And you have like those STS on like all of them.
Yep, I bought it for everything.
That's awesome.
They're so strong. I can literally hang my 1/2 inch. Like, this thing is a beast, and I can literally hang it upside down on the side of the rack. Like, it'll stay up there forever.
That's awesome.
I've used it to hang my blower up or my Sawzall. Like, they're so strong. When I'm working underneath the car, I have all of them stuck to the bottom of the lift. Like, I'll have this one, this one, this one, all stuck to the bottom of the lift, so I can just grab them when I'm underneath the car doing whatever.
That's awesome.
It works out so good. This is just a mess. This is just everything that I have nowhere to store.
Bunch of heavy
Mainly
stuff.
special tools, heavy stuff, hose clamp pliers,
Nice.
timing light, just special tools. The first day I got my toolbox, I was putting my slide hammer in here and I was holding it by the handle and it slid out and scratched the box first day.
No. No.
Yeah, I was upset.
Oh, well, at least you got the first one out of the way.
Yeah, that was my exact thought. My speed drawer is just a disaster, just a mess. I'm not even gonna open it. I have a scan tool problem.
Holy crap.
So I like scan tools.
Oh my god.
So like, I've been lucky enough to do a couple brand deals on TikTok. So like the AutoFix, this is a great scan tool for the price, like $300. It'll do everything. I got that for free. I got this launch for free. I got this other launch for free. This Topped On is great. It's like $600 and it's got topology. So it's like one of the cheaper ones with topology.
That's what? Sorry, what is that?
Topology, where it shows like the module tree, like with all the modules. And
I don't even know what that is.
so like this, where it shows you all the networks, all the modules.
Huh.
It makes it easier to know if you don't have communications with a bunch of modules, because you can see exactly which network and what's on each network.
I see.
And only the higher end scanners have that. And this thing is like right at $600-700 and it has that. So this is for keys and like board work, like for cloning modules and stuff. TPMS sensors. This is a TS900. That's another TPMS tool that we get free with every box of sensors that we buy.
Oh, okay.
Well, they don't use it. So my first expensive scanner was this Triton.
Okay.
So this is the Triton D10. This is the older one. It's wired. I don't have the wire on there right now just for storage, but it has to be wired to the car. And that's why I find myself not using it, because I have to be sitting in the car to use it.
Okay.
This is the new Triton that just came out. I told my dealer, I'm like, I'm interested in trading my Snap-on it. This thing got super slow because it was full of stuff. So I'm like, I want to trade in my Triton. It's slow, it's wired. I find myself never using it. He's like, I'll make you a great deal on the new one. I'm like, okay, let me think about it. Like the next day he showed up on his day that he wasn't supposed to be here, and he showed up with the scanner and walked in with it, and he's like, look what I got. I'm like, I told you I wanted to think about it. He's like, well, just hold on to it and just think about it. And then we started talking numbers, and I'm like, all right, so this one's Bluetooth, so it's got the wireless dongle.
Okay.
And that's pretty much why I bought it. It's also super fast. I don't know if you're familiar with Snap-on's operating system, but They have a thing called guided component test where you can literally look up any car. So like BMW 19, you can go into any car and it'll give you wiring diagrams, pinouts. Like say you need to test the crankshaft sensor, it'll tell you what the connector looks like, what the pins are, what the wire colors are, how to pin it at the PCM, and then it'll give you a sample waveform for like every car.
That's amazing.
I've learned so much stuff just from using this. Like just being able to look that up, like if I have a camshaft sensor code, just to be able to pull up the car in here in I got into that in 2 seconds, and I have a pinout, just back probe it. I know what it's supposed to look like. So this is like the fastest scope to use. Literally invaluable. There's so much information in there. No one else has anything like it.
So is this connected to one of these monitors, or is this?
No.
Like what are these monitors?
Those are all just connected to this laptop.
Oh, just the laptop. I see.
So
okay.
this, I use this one for my scope. I use this one for wiring diagrams usually.
I see.
And then if I'm like looking stuff up or doing research or information, I'm using it down here.
Oh, gotcha.
This is the box that goes with that scanner. Okay. So this is, you can use this for programming. This is a J-box, so I can use this also with my laptop and OE software to program cars. Then I have just another key tool and another TPMS tool under here. The scan tool thing is a problem.
That is
I've
just amazing.
Dongles. This right here will read ignition waveforms. So like you can touch it to ignition coils and you can see the actual spark line and like all the, like if you have a misfire, you can just touch this, all your ignition coils, and it'll show you if they're firing or not.
I still, it's so hard for me to think that you've been doing this for 3 years and then.
I've spent a lot of money.
That's just, not just the money though, the fact that you know how to use this stuff, like a scan tool, okay, but like the scopes and then the programming and the J-box, like it's just.
I've spent a lot of time scoping everything. The way you learn how to use a scope is just hook it up to things. I would just stay after work every night and just hook it up to stuff. Just hook it up, get a good, if you get really good with how good things look, you'll notice bad things. Like you'll notice what doesn't look right when you look at stuff like that. This thing's from Snap-on. This is a scope simulator. So you can put your scope lead, so like there's a camshaft signal, a crankshaft sensor, a wheel speed sensor, an injector, and you can literally hook up the scope to that and learn how to adjust all your settings and stuff. Buy one of these, hook up your leads to it, and just making it look right on a scope will teach you everything you need to know. More red.
Oh, I like that organizer.
Yep, that's from SJW also. All my 3D print, most of my 3D printed stuff is from SJW. I think I bought this set of pry bars to get that Snap-on clock, and they were ridiculous. It was either this set or this set, but it was the set that I didn't need.
Okay.
And I bought these three, and I have a bigger one somewhere that goes with it.
Oh, totally worth it though. That clock's so cool.
That clock's so cool, and it's red, and it looks like the old brick scanner.
Yeah.
These are their new like panel tools. I always forget that I have them. I gotta find room. I need another toolbox. I'm running out of room, but Vessel screwdrivers that are cool. I just don't use them. I saw them on the Cornwall truck. They were red. And they're very nice screwdriver. They might go home. This is like a Snap-on precision screwdriver set. It's actually a really cool set. It goes tiny. Like the other day I needed a T4 and like none of my other bit sets had it, and this one did. So this one goes down to T3. It's Spain, so I'm guessing Baco. Another Vessel thing I got off the Cornwall truck.
Whoa, that's
little
cool.
Precision screwdriver set. That one goes pretty small too. These are for like separating ball joints and stuff. Like if you don't want to hit the threads, you can put these on a threaded like a tie rod in or whatever and hit it with an air hammer.
Okay,
instead of like slamming on things with a hammer. They're actually pretty cool. Like half size sockets. Like they'll have like a 17.5, 18.5, 19.5 LTI.
Oh, LTI. Okay, gotcha.
I remember when I bought my first Snap-on hammer, I'm like, I just spent like $200 on a hammer. Like, what am I doing? And then that was this one, and then they came out with this one, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta have it. Look at this thing. This thing's a beast. This Milwaukee dead blow was like cheap, I think. I bought that from Cornwall. I don't even know what these things are called. This like extension thing from Snap-on. I've never once used it.
Oh yeah.
The thing where you hit it with an impact and it transfers up.
Yeah, when you see stuff like that, you're like, oh, I could probably use that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll use this thing all the time. I've never used it once. My one orange tool, this is actually a Snap-on brake tool. So it's made for compressing brake calipers. You know, you stick a screwdriver in there and compress them in a tight spot.
Nice.
Orange is the only color they make it in.
Oh man,
these are all SJW.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it makes it easy to know when I'm missing an extension. Makes it easy to grab. You just push up on the front and pick them up. Probably my favorite extensions are the Koken ones. I really like the grip that they have on the back, so I find myself going to those.
Yeah,
mostly.
definitely more aggressive than
Yeah.
like something like the Snap-on.
Yeah, like you can turn stuff with your hand and get a better grip on it. Everything else is Snap-on, 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 Snap-on. Snap-ons Impact have the ring at the end, which I'm not crazy about, so I just bought a bunch of Cornwall ones because I don't know if they're supposed to be Impact, but they're black, because I've seen some stuff that's black that's not Impact.
Yeah.
And they have a ball detent, and I like that, so I've actually been using these more.
I like these extensions with the swivels on the end. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, so dude, these are gear wrench.
Okay.
It comes in a set of 3. I bought these off Amazon. I had them for like 2 years. I broke one. I broke this one. Like, I was trying to do something stupid, and it just exploded this with my 3/8 stubby.
Oh.
And I emailed them. They sent me a whole brand new set.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that's why I have the medium one and the big one over here.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, dude, they just had to send me the one, and free of charge, they sent me a whole new set. I love it when companies stand behind their products. Like, when you break it, like, I've had Tecton, I've had Lyle, and I've had Gear Wrench where I've emailed, and Koken, where I've just emailed them about stuff I've broken, no questions asked, they send me whatever I need.
No way. That's awesome.
Lyle, I have like their hood prop thing, and I lost like one of the rubber caps off the end. I'm like, you know what, I lost it, I'll buy that, because I also, the brake compressor, like the pump brake thing, I had one of those that was slipping. I'm like, I need a new one of these, and if I could buy this cap, I will. And they're like, no, we got you, we'll send it to you, and they just sent me both of them for free.
Nice.
I didn't have to send them the old one or anything. I work on a lot of Euro stuff, so this is like a super stubby e-torque set. So like,
oh, look at that.
these fit in here, and they're the same size as like some of the Vim stuff uses the wrench. Like Vim just came out with this little wrench. So this is like a flex head 11 with the spring. So like, these are, I forgot about these. I just got these. These are e-torques from Vim, and they're spring loaded, which I like. And they have the hex at the bottom, so you can put them in here and they lock. So also the Snap-on uses the 11 millimeter. They have a different ring. Like the ring is on the socket, so you have to take that off if you want to use it.
I see.
But like all these guys use the 11 millimeter hex. So this is from Vim. It's a cool little wrench. I just got this like this week.
Nice.
Dude, this set from Harbor Freight, this is my favorite bit set I have. I use this thing constantly.
Really?
This is what, like 30, 40 bucks. I use this thing every day.
I remember when those came out. They're like hard to find.
I went to the store forever looking for it, and I could never find it. And it's because it's tiny. You don't expect it to be that small. It's in like a tiny little box this big, like hidden on a shelf. How about this from Blue Point? I've never used this. Ball Torques and Allens.
Whoa.
Seems like a cool idea, but I tried to use it once and I stripped a bolt with it. And oh, here's more of those. So this used to be the size that I used all the time. These are those Malco sockets. So magnet. This used to be my favorite size until I started using the smaller one.
Gotcha.
But I have them in literally every size. I found this off of the super cheap screwdriver on Amazon. It came with a screwdriver handle, but it goes in my hex driver, and it's got every size. So like if I grab this, throw this on my hex driver, go out to the parking lot, I've got a 7 through 14. So you just slide them off through the bottom, slide it back onto the top, and literally in this you have every size socket you could need. Throw this in here, and this thing can take apart anything.
Look at
It's like you got everything you need there.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
These are the stubbiest Allens and Torques on the planet because you can put it in a wrench. These are Gear Wrench. Gear Wrench sells a huge set with like Phillips and flatheads and triple squares also. I just have the Allens and Torques, but like being able to put this in a wrench.
Oh, nice. And it holds itself in with the detent?
Yeah, the ball detent is the best part of it. Because like something like these little Mayhew sockets have a hex, but there's no way to hold it in, so it just falls out. The ball detent makes those great. BMW 4-cylinder valve covers is a vacuum pump on the back of the engine. It's really hard to get to, and the T40 in this is like the best tool for it.
And then what is this? These
those are Koken also. Koken had a deal last year where like every day of the week they had a different like huge discount. And like they did like 14 days, every day was something different. And these are like extensions that I've never used them.
like a little driver thing.
But it seems like a cool idea. I mean, if you need to get down in a spot, you can put a socket on it.
Yeah.
They're strong. Like it's steel, 3/8 in the quarter. They were on sale.
Might come in handy for like worm clamps.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes they're underneath.
Yep. Another electric drawer. So, amp clamps. I just got this like a week ago. I haven't had one, so this Have you seen this? So it tells you the temperature inside the car. I've used it like 10 times already in a week.
Really?
Yeah, when I'm charging AC, I'll just throw these in the vents, and then, because usually I'll be charging AC. We don't have an AC machine, so we just use the gauges in the bottle.
Okay.
So I'll be charging it, and I'll just walk to the driver's side, feel it, walk to the passenger side, feel it until it gets cold. This, I can just throw it in there and just stand at the front of the car. This thing was like $10 on Amazon. I use this thing constantly. If I need to check the temperature of anything, I just point this at it and it tells me it. Before I'm going to stick my arm in somewhere, I'll just point it around and make sure it's not crazy hot.
That's a good tip.
This is like one of my favorite tools. It's just a random mirror glass. I use it all day long.
Really?
Everything. Anytime I need to see behind something, I grab this. Well, I also didn't show. So I have the whole set of Tecton picks back here that I love because of their warranty.
Oh, nice.
But I saw this on your channel sometime a long time ago, and it's the Blue Point mirror that moves. This thing's incredible.
That's amazing.
I absolutely love it. I saw this and I was mind blown.
Yeah.
And then I got it the next week, and usually it's like super clear. Like the glass, I have a bunch of spare glasses for it because I broke one, so I got like 5 of them.
Nice.
And it's just like a super clear mirror. Like it's almost like high definition, but it's great.
That's awesome.
You can stick it behind anywhere. Look behind.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I love that.
Thermal imager, handy for all kinds of things. This is a tiny little oscilloscope. So a little
tiny.
1-channel scope.
Huh.
If I need to go out to the parking lot or something and see if I've got a signal, it doesn't get much smaller than that, and this thing works great. The case is from Jarhead, so usually it has like a little wire that plugs in the bottom, but this gives it a full-size BNC, so it works with any lead that I have for my regular scope. I have like every Power Probe accessory they've ever sold. So this is like the parasitic draw tester. I mainly use this as a memory saver.
Okay.
So like when I'm changing a battery, I'll throw this on there so I don't lose their radio stations. This was Marcos's idea that you'll see tomorrow, but I stole it and I take credit for it. If I need to check a starter on a car, I put this to ground, I put this to the starter signal, and I'll climb up the ladder and turn the key. If the horn honks, the car needs a starter.
Genius.
You don't have to look at it, you can hear it.
Genius.
I literally use it all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
It's the best idea ever. I wish I could take credit for it, I can't. These are piezo clamps, so essentially a knock sensor and a clamp. I can hook it up to my scope and it'll tell me where vibrations are coming from. If I have an engine noise, I have 4 of them. I can put them all over the engine and you can see where it's bigger around the engine. So like I had a rod bearing noise. I put one on the side of the block, one on the bell housing, one on one side of the engine, one on the other side of the engine, and you can see which one's bigger on the scope. They're like $20 and you can find noises. Like you can hook it up to the suspension and drive. Those are super handy. I don't even know what this is. Oh, these are evap tester connectors. So for like putting smoke into a car, you unplug your purge valve, put this in line with it.
What is this guy?
This is like so this is from Jarhead. It's a mini breakout box. So you plug it into your DLC. You've got power, ground. If you're using a test light in a car, you can hook up your power, ground, check fuses with a test light, and your can high and can low.
No way.
So instead of using like a huge breakout box and stuff, you can just stick this into the DLC and get most of your stuff that you need to test right there. This is a 5-volt reference box. So this, if you need to test any sensor that uses a 5-volt reference, this will put out 5 volts.
Nice.
5-volt signal and ground, and then you just hook up your scope here and you can test the sensor on your toolbox or whatever you need to.
Man.
Some people use them for pressure sensors, but I mean, it's just handy to have 5 volts sometimes.
And what's that blue thing?
God, such a waste of money. I saw this in the Cornwell catalog and I didn't look at the price. This is for evap testing capless fuel systems. So you know like some of the Ford trucks don't have a gas cap, they just have a little flap. If you want to smoke test it, you stick this in there and you expand it. This thing was like $200 and I've never used it. And I didn't look at the price and it's blue too. If it was red, I wouldn't even complain.
You wouldn't feel too bad.
If it was red, I wouldn't even care. It's just cool, but it's blue and it was really expensive. All my expensive cases are in here. So Snap-on fuel pressure tester is a great set. It's very expensive. This is AES Waves relay tester. So you put this in a relay and you can tell, you'll have lights if you have control, if you have load. You can check all your signals. You can see if you have power going to it. You can activate things with the switch. You can put an amp clamp around here and read the current. So it's just testing any circuit that's on a relay. Kit comes with like every attachment for every relay.
Awesome.
And then it comes with universal pins. So if there's a relay you don't have, you just pin it out.
AES Wave has so many cool products.
I think I've spent $6,000 at AES Wave in the last year. So,
Oh my god.
I know all about it. It's a nice fuel pressure. They're aluminum.
Are those the spring-loaded ones?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Seems they're pretty good.
Huh.
I have a snap-on brake bleeder, which was crazy expensive, and that's the cap for that.
Oh, okay.
Actually, a really good set. The price is a little ridiculous. These were expensive. These are Cornwell. They're German-made. They're for crimping those little tiny BMW terminals. So like these, it'll do the crimp and it'll do the seal in one.
Huh.
My Cornwell guy walked in with it and he's like, this is made in Germany, just like a BMW. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Even though it's blue, I'll take it. And then he had a little demo with a lead to show it to me. I'm like, I already said I'll take it. And it works pretty good. Huh. Like if we buy an electrical connector from the BMW dealer, you essentially have to use these to crimp it, make it look right.
It looks like it clamps like downward instead of,
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
These things essentially just close like a vise.
Huh.
And it's ratcheting, so you can actually put the terminal in there. So like you put the terminal in there and you take it to the first clip and it'll hold the terminal, and then you just take your wire with your seal and you stick it in and crimp it and it releases and it's done. I just used it yesterday. I was replacing a harness on an oil pressure sensor. Because the sensor leaked oil all into it, and I love it. Love Grip Edge. This is probably one of the best bit sets ever. It just has everything.
Holy cow.
Like it has all their RPT, what does Grip Edge call it?
I don't know what Grip Edge says.
I think RPT is Mac, right?
RBRT is
RBRT. RPT is them.
Okay.
But so it's got all that on all the Allens, and all the torques are sharper, and it's just a complete set. Grip Edge extractors. There's left-handed drill bits under here, so you drill it out.
Nice.
Hammer these in. And then one thing I like about Grip Edge is like they put the collar on it. So once you put this into a bolt, you can screw down the collar to push it off of there.
Oh, that's
Because like usually your extractor gets stuck in whatever it's extracting.
Yeah.
Like whether you're taking off a wheel lock or whatever, it's on there.
Yeah.
And just being able to either run the bolt in the other ones or slide the collar down, they really thought it through. I have OTC for my compression tester, my leak down tester, and my vacuum tester.
Okay.
They're cheap, they're from Amazon, and they work great. This thing was very expensive, and I'll probably never use it. So this is the Snap-on digital pressure tester.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's kind of cool that I bought it because it has an app. There was a car that I needed to check fuel pressure while I was driving, and the fuel pump, the only place to check it is at the fuel pump, and it wouldn't reach, so I bought this, and then the guy never came back after I got it. But I can use my scope for the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So this is essentially like a scope adapter that doesn't hook up to the scope. I have a box of Autel keys because I have the Autel key programmer. So Autel sells just generic keys. Like there's a Kia key, there's a Honda key, GM key. So I can make a key for a car if I need to. My Scanner Danner book.
Oh, there it is.
That's my guide right there. This is everything I know in a book. And then this is just like a scope. It shows you what a waveform should look like for like every sensor on a car.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's helpful when you're learning to scope.
I think I saw that in, I did a Toolbox tour with Ken.
Yeah.
And he had that.
Just mostly Amazon tools like snap ring plier sets, fan clutch tools, belt tool. I have a Lyle belt tool, brake caliper depressor.
Cool.
Reef edge, just a bunch of clips, wipes. I've always wanted I don't drill a whole lot, and I wanted some of the Hyperstep bits. So I bought the Astra ones. They were like the cheapest ones on Amazon. And I mean, they've been good.
Right. I've heard that they make the ones that Matco sells.
Do they?
I don't know.
I don't know. These were like $70 and like the other ones are like 500. So
ridiculous.
I mean, I think the other ones have a pretty good warranty. I don't know what the warranty is on these. Probably nothing. But I mean, it's so rare that I drill anything.
What are these things?
These are super controversial. They're very expensive, but it does add 2 full drawers to your toolbox.
Are you kidding me?
So
Yes, that's cool.
So they have a nice Snap-on logo on them, which adds to the price. But like just to be able to put all my heavy stuff in 2 drawers, and like I can stand here and pull it out with my toe.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, they're like little dollies.
Yep. And they fit, it's like exactly between the wheels of an 84.
Oh,
so that's what they're designed for, is an 84-inch Epic.
There's just so much wasted space under there.
Yeah, I mean, I've got so much heavy stuff in here too.
Oh, that's amazing.
Timing tools, harmonic balancer set. Icon had a deal where this set was like half off one day. So extractor set. lifetime warranty.
Awesome.
So I went and bought that. Cornwell wheel bearing tool. So it's for doing wheel bearings on the car. I've never used it because we have a bearing press.
Oh, nice.
So this is the Snap-on Master Harmonic Balancer set. This is a great set. I've used this multiple times, and because you can set up 3 different, actually 4. So you've got a 3-jaw, a 2-jaw, and like all the different attachments. Amazing. I bought this, and then the next week, or like, I bought this on a Monday, and then that Sunday I was working, and if I wouldn't have had it, I would have been stuck. I was doing a timing chain, and I needed it, and it literally saved my life. Yeah, I think these are like $500, and I don't regret it at all. Just because it adds 2 more drawers to, I mean, a $20,000 toolbox. So I mean, really, is it that much?
Come on, Icon. Let's get on it already.
Let's see it. Come on. Fender covers, ball joint press set.
Okay.
Noid lights. I just got this like a week ago because I had no set of Noid lights. This is a great vacuum
Oh, that's metal, huh?
set. Yeah,
Nice.
just like a cheap terminal set, and I think that's mini. I have a lot of timing tools because I work on a lot of German cars, and everything needs special timing tools.
Oh, okay.
So every BMW has its own timing tools. Every Mini, Mercedes. I need to buy timing tools for everything I do a timing chain on.
And so all of this is yours too?
Yeah, these are some of my favorite tools. So this right here is called a WPS 500. So what this is a pressure sensor, essentially a pressure sensor that hooks up to the scope. So it's got a compression hose. You can hook it up to fuel pressure. You can put it in the place of a spark plug, and it'll read your compression. It'll read your firing, your exhaust valve movement, your intake valve movement, and so the piston goes up, it goes down. Here's 180, 360, and it will show you all the movement of the inside of the engine. This car had a bad timing solenoid. So this is the piston coming down, and this is the exhaust valve opening. See how far it is after 180? This line right here is 180 degrees. How far it is after? Then I replaced the timing solenoid, and look at how far over it moved.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see timing, you can see valve issues, you can see compression issues, all just by pulling the spark plug, putting this in there, and running the engine for a second. So this is literally one of my favorite tools. I can hook it up to the fuel pressure. On some cars, you can see the fuel pressure drop every time an injector fires. So you can see the detail, and you can tell if you have an injector not firing just by putting a sync.
That's crazy.
You can put this in an exhaust pipe, and if you have, so you'll put this in the exhaust pipe, and you'll put another channel on one of your ignition coils just to time it.
Okay.
And you can tell if you have a misfire just by throwing this in the exhaust pipe, and you can do the math and figure out exactly which cylinder's misfiring. Like if some cars don't have misfire monitoring on older cars, you just throw this in the exhaust pipe, and it'll show you just a waveform of every cylinder firing, and you can tell which cylinder's firing in 2 seconds.
Holy crap, that's cool.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
A buddy of mine made an overlay. So you put in your firing order to this thing, and it's power stroke, exhaust stroke, intake, compression, and you overlay this with your cylinder 1 sync, and you can tell what's doing what inside the engine. So you put this over it, and you can just tell what every cylinder is doing when this one fires. So cylinder 1 is firing, then cylinder 6 would be on its intake stroke. And this is a pressure sensor in the intake, so you can see that these are kind of odd shaped, and then you can follow it down to which cylinder is doing intake right there. So this right here could be an intake valve issue on this cylinder right here, which is 1 or 8.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I've learned lots of cool stuff with the scope. It's my favorite thing is I go live every night on TikTok and just scope random cars, and we just play with the Pico.
That's amazing.
Every night after work, I get off work at 7 o'clock, park all the cars, and then it's me and the same 15 people every single night on live, just diagnosing cars live. And it's interactive. Everybody has suggestions. Everybody helps. And there's a lot of cool people on the internet that put a lot of information out there. There's a lot of people that don't like to put information out there because they want to keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cool people out there that put a lot of good information out. This is all for module cloning and keys and stuff. Ooh. So this all hooks up to that little purple scanner. So this hooks up to this.
Okay.
And it has all the wiring for pinouts for module cloning and key making and pulling information off old modules, putting it on new modules and stuff like that. This is the stuff I use to make a copy of this Mercedes control module
okay.
last week. A lot of those are just timing tools.
Okay.
Coolant refill sets. I just bought this like a week ago. So I broken so many borescopes. Like, I don't know. I bought a bunch of cheap ones. Like this one's not very expensive, probably from Amazon. Calvan, it's great, but the problem is it has to be attached to my phone. So when I'm live on TikTok, I have to have one that has its own screen. This one I finally built up to spend a lot of money on one. This one was like $400. All the rest of the ones I bought are like $100. And so this one is just amazing. So this, not only does this have a camera on the side, so like the camera on the side helps a lot, but this one's also articulating, so it turns all the way around.
I love that.
If you need to look at the valves, if you need to turn back in an area, and it's got a big nice screen on it. This is the Harbor Freight slide hammer set. It was an open box, so it was like $50. It was like half price. Dude, I went on the Snap-on truck looking for a fender cover, and he didn't have one, but he talked me into this, and I got off the truck, and I'm like, this is not at all what I wanted. It was expensive, and I regretted it. I've used it so many times, and it's so amazing.
That's
huge. I regretted it first, and like, if I'm gonna lay underneath a car, it's padded, it's leather, I can hose it off, I can wipe it down. If I need to crawl underneath any car, I'm throwing this on the ground, and then I can just get on the ground in the parking lot, do whatever.
Awesome.
I ended up loving it. If I need to lean over a car for a long period of time, I'll just fold it in half and set this across like the radiator or something. You can lean on it. Worth every penny. I bought this Sawzall just to cut one. There's a BMW job where you have to cut this coolant tube that runs through the middle of the engine. I went to Home Depot, bought that, cut one thing, and I've never used it since. And I couldn't just buy the cheap Sawzall. I had to buy the Super Sawzall Fuel, which was like the most, this thing was like $400. I do use my blower all the time. Just to blow out everything on the floor.
Nice.
I just bought this smoke machine from Cornwell.
K-Tool, huh?
I was on the truck and I looked it up on Google and it had horrible reviews.
Really?
But his price was much cheaper than anywhere else I saw it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll try it. Because it does turbo testing and evap. So evap, you don't want it to go over 1 PSI. But turbo, it'll go, they say it'll go to 30 PSI. I've heard people online say that it won't.
Whoa.
But so I get so many evap faults. Like 90% of my job is just chasing evap faults. Because we do smog, so people need to pass smog. We need to, like the most common thing is evap faults or cat codes. So I needed a good smoke machine. We have a red line, but it has to be hooked up to the air compressor. And I hate having to have the air compressor and lift the car up in the air. So this has a built-in compressor.
Oh, nice.
It also does turbo, so
turbo is like for boost applications?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I haven't tested it to see how much pressure it'll put out. It says 30, but I've heard online that it doesn't quite do 30. I think it was $900, which I mean, a red line's like about the same price, but a red line doesn't have the compressor built in. That's what I wanted this for. But it came with a long hose. It came with a bunch of the fittings and the airbags and the adapters and a black light. And
nice.
I don't know. I have this thing where when I buy something on the truck and it goes on my truck account, I just don't feel it. I just give my drivers the same amount of cash every week, and it's just like, whatever. Like when he brought the new Triton, I'm like, I use my Autel on everything. Do I really need this? And then like I talked him way down, and then it went on my Toolbox account. My payment didn't change, so it's like it never even happened. In theory. I'm like, I'm gonna owe on this Toolbox the rest of my life anyways. I just won't even notice the scanner. I mean, not really. I've paid an awful lot of it so far, but this is the Icon sniffer for 1234 and 134.
Oh, really?
It's cool.
It works pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've found quite a few AC leaks with it.
Nice.
So can't really complain there. This was my dad's toolbox, so I brought it here and just put all my electrical stuff. Like this is for parasitic draw testing. I've got a couple amp clamps, just like random electrical stuff. I do so much electrical work. I need alligator clips and relay testers, and like you could put this in a fuse and put an amp clamp around it, and just I've had so many wires everywhere, and like I just needed a spot for it, so I bought this here and just filled it. I'm still figuring out what I'm gonna, oh, it's caught on the side. There we go. Test lights. I've got like 900 test lights. I don't use any of them. Just more load lights. These leads I use to extend my scope. So You can buy these at Harbor Freight for like nothing, and they come with little alligator clips. I put banana jacks on them, and then I can extend my scope out to the parking lot. So I went to a training event in North Carolina last year called ASTA.
Okay.
And it's just technician training. And there was this company selling these for like $50. And there was like a huge line to get them, but it's an articulating borescope. It's just like a tiny one, but it hooks up to your phone. So you can stick this in and you put the button and it bends. But I mean, for $50, it actually works good, but it has to be wired to your phone. You can take a picture with the button.
Wow, $50.
There was like people lined up, like throwing money at these people trying to get them, and me and my buddy got the last two that they had, and I'm like,
really?
Well, you can't beat that for $50.
Yeah.
I just found out the other day that Amazon sells a warranty where you can pay them $20 a month, and it covers everything you've bought from like a year back to as long as you pay for it. Like, so you can buy the warranty on Amazon for $20 a month, and it covers everything you've bought on Amazon all the way a year back, and as long as you make the payment. So I was thinking about buying it and being like, this thing broke.
Yeah.
Replace it, and I mean, it'll be worth it. And then you can cancel it whenever. I didn't even know that was a thing, and I was reading about that the other day. Mostly timing tools.
Okay.
I needed a Dremel for something, so I bought the whole master set wireless kit.
Nice.
All the cutting tools and polishing and stuff. So that's handy. The Harbor Freight had a thing where all Maddox was 40% off. So I bought, this is a power steering puller.
Oh, nice.
And then I also bought a bearing race press.
Oh, yeah.
Bearing press. I've never used it, but I'm sure it'll come in handy at some point in life. And I bought a coolant vacuum refiller.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, 40% off on all Maddox. I couldn't pass that up.
Yeah.
Leak down tester, timing tools. Timing tools take up so much space. I've got timing tools everywhere. I've got camshafts. I've got, so one of the first tools I bought was a coolant pressure tester. So just cheap Amazon. I bought the one with the most attachments. The little pump is a pain. This is one of my favorite purchases I've ever made. This is from Astro, and you can hook it up to shop air and pressure test the car.
Oh,
so like if you've got a huge leak and you're pumping that thing like 100 times to pressurize it, you can just open this and set like a low pressure, and you can raise the car and it'll keep applying pressure, and you can see the bubbles or whatever from the bottom. I will never pump another one of those again after finding this.
And that'll hook right up to the...
It works with everyone that does this type of fitting. Because there's two types of fitting. There's the snap-on one where it's like this type that screws on.
Okay.
And then there's all the other brands that use this Foster type fitting. BMW, I had like 3 times in a week I had 5 series that had a bad coolant reservoir. And like I don't want to drain the whole coolant system for that. So I bought this huge thing from CTA that I can suck out a whole coolant reservoir, replace the coolant reservoir, and then put it all back in. This thing's massive. And like it locks, so like you can suck out all the fluid, lock it, set it to the side, replace the coolant reservoir, and then put it back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
There have been so many times that would have come in handy for me.
Yep. You can use it for filling transmissions also. The Lube Tech is constantly, this thing was like $10 on Amazon. The Lube Tech borrows it like every day to put transmissions, differentials, whatever. Just cheap. You don't realize how much you use little things like this. These snap-on pole jacks are incredible. Just being able to pinch this and put it up.
Oh, nice.
This thing you're spinning for like a half hour. Just put it up and down, put it wherever you need to. Worth every penny.
Awesome.
This is like $100, this is like $300, and I would do it again tomorrow. And then like if you're working on suspension, like right in front of you, using this like to push up the control arm to compress a shock or whatever,
okay.
Super handy. These are Cornwell, I love these. These are double indexing pry bars.
Whoa.
So like you can make some crazy angles on these.
Look at that.
And I think it was the first thing I ever bought off Cornwell. When I saw this, I'm like, that's too cool.
That reminds me of like the double flex head wrenches.
Yep.
16.
Those are, I thought if I get another toolbox with more room, I'll get those from Cornwell too. Those double, because Cornwell sells those double flex head wrenches. So
you got stuff on.
This is for wheels, just Icon.
Okay.
Split beam. New Icon 1/2 inch.
Nice.
I told the Lube Tech if he has a stuck wheel lock or whatever, it's right here. Grab it, break it. I don't care.
Nice. What is that for?
My Snap-on dealer had this on his truck for years. He said this was on there for like 20 years.
Oh my God.
I kept picking it up and looking at it. He's like, you can have it. I'm like, that's sweet. It's proto, it's USA made.
Look at that.
And it's just, everybody asks me about it. Everybody's like, what do you need this for? I'm like, you know, when I run into a 2 3/16 bolt, I'll have it. I've been looking across the internet for a 2 3/16 nut and bolt just to go with it, and I can't find one. A socket from Snap-on in that size is like $6,000.
Oh my God.
So that's cool. Preset torque wrench for drain plugs.
Oh, nice.
So there's a Honda Tech on Amazon, Honda Tech 371 Adrian. I saw him using this thing. And I'm like, that's super cool. And it's a little high for all cars, but it probably works for like 80% of cars.
Oh, okay.
This is another huge,
That thing's huge. Oh my God.
the biggest indexing pry bar in the world. I've never used it once. It's Cornwell, which I think is rebranded Gear Wrench. I've never used it once. Do you know I have $300 in Snap-on mag mats just holding this stuff to my lip? Like, I think this one's like $160 and this one's over $100.
Oh yeah.
This is a 3/4. To do a timing chain on a 4-cylinder BMW, the crank bolt is like a crazy torque spec. It's like 100 Newton meters plus 270 degrees, and you literally have your foot up on the fender pulling this thing, and you need this huge 3/4 breaker bar for that. I bought this Milwaukee light, and I've never once used it. It's a cool idea, but these right here. Every car,
okay, yeah.
I have 2 of the same light. When one dies, I switch the other one. I have this on all day long.
Nice.
This is my favorite light in the world. It's crazy bright. The beam is like a great beam.
Oh yeah.
And every car, all day long, I always have this on my head. Like, I bought this Icon flashlight that came out, and all I use it for is to hang my other lights on it. I used to have this one that I bought from Icon that I never used once. I just hang stuff on it. And this is the one they just came out with not that long ago. And I've never used it. It just holds my headlights.
That's hilarious. Oh gosh. What is that thing? That aluminum thing?
The red thing?
Yeah.
So it's a streamlight holder. So you loosen that plastic bolt and it holds your streamlight, and it's got a magnetic base.
No way.
Yeah, I saw that on the Snap-on trucks. Huh. So if I just loosen this and stick this in here, it'll hold my streamlight wherever I need it to.
Oh, that's neat.
I've also never used it. I've bought a lot of things. This is the same thing. So this, I don't know why I buy stuff like this, but you can put that anywhere and it'll hold your streamlight.
Look at that.
So look at this. I have an amp clamp issue. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4 amp clamps here. There's one in there, one in there. And then I have 6 up here. So these all go with the Pico. So I've got 100 amp, or this is 100 amp, this is 2000 amp, 600 amp. And then for 3-phase motors, like a lot of new fuel pumps are 3-phase motors, and you need 3 of the same amp clamps to measure them.
Really?
That's actually what this 3-phase is like my favorite thing in the world. Like, BMWs have variable valve lift. Like the intake camshaft can lift up and down to essentially control it like a throttle body. And the motor, when you hook up 3 amp clamps, it looks like this, and it's just crazy looking. So that's 3 phases. All that is moving back and forth, and it uses power on 2 phases while it uses ground on the other phase, and it's just trippy looking. It's like my favorite thing to test.
That's crazy.
I think that is it.
Man, you have, I still can't process that you started 3 years ago. This is just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I spent a lot of time at night on TikTok going live, and I mean, people help me just as much as I show. Like, people will come in wanting to learn how to use the Picoscope, and I will teach them as people will come in and teach me. I've had some crazy smart people come through my live and teach me things that I never would have known. Always trying to learn something new. If there's something I've never seen before, I want it. I want to figure it out. I have diagnosed cars for free just to get experience in things like electrical issues, CAN network, finding shorts, cars with no communication. Like, I would literally diagnose it for free just to get the experience and knowledge that it brings. Most of the stuff I diagnose at night is for my boss, and unless I fix the car, I don't even charge him for it, just because it's more valuable to me in knowledge that I bring in.
That's amazing. I can tell you have the passion for it, and that's kind of rare these days.
I used to think that I love selling parts. Like, I because I sold parts for a long time, then I took like a year off to be a locksmith, then I went back to it, and I'm like, I absolutely love this. I love selling parts. I've done it for so long. It's second nature. And I didn't know I could love something as much as I did till I started working on cars. Like, I just am so passionate about it, about learning it, about doing it. I spend so many hours here.
And you mentioned there's not much crossover with like selling parts, but I bet there's a little bit.
I can identify anything. Like, if you give me I can find a part number for anything. Like, if you give me this Ford, you take a part off it, I'll find a part number. I'll find you where you can get it cheaper, where you can get it, where it's cheaper at the dealer, where it's cheaper at AutoZone, where you can get a good brand. I can identify anything and find a part number. I've got like every parts catalog for every brand on my computer. I can look up everything myself. I don't trust. This is going to spark controversy, but 99% of parts guys are useless. Absolutely. I've worked with so many useless parts guys. Like, they just don't try. They don't care. They don't put an effort into it. I've worked, when I was at BMW, it was like the same 4 of us for like 10 years, and we were all really good. And then I've worked with other guys. At every other place I worked, they were all completely useless. I hate to say it, but I don't trust anyone to look up parts except for myself. I will literally pull the part off the car and get the number off it just to not get a wrong part.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, anybody that works on cars knows that wrong parts is just, it's part of the job. But man, having a good parts guy, that's just so valuable.
Yep. That's how I met my boss. I worked at BMW, and my boss bought parts off me for 12 years, and then we built a good relationship. He would work on my car when I was at the dealer, because until I got here, I never really worked on cars. Like, growing up, I was into dirt bikes and off-road and stuff, and I would work on my dirt bike, and we had a dune buggy that I would work on, but like, I never really did any auto repair, like anything more than like brakes.
That's amazing.
Until I came here, and now this car I've just pulled the cylinder head off of. That's the first cylinder head I've ever pulled. I've never pulled an engine. I've pulled a transmission before, but I've never done an engine swap. Like, there's so much stuff that I haven't done just because.
Gosh. I feel like you could open your own shop, just like doing diagnostic
That's the goal.
Is it?
That's the goal.
That's so cool. I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate that.
Going from off the street to.
Yep.
Man, that is.
Nope,
that's just
I'm a big advocate for it. I tell everybody, I'm like, if I can do it, I mean, anybody can do it. If it's all possible. I mean, I went through a really hard time in life. Just about as bad as it can get. I got sober. I've been sober 5 years, and literally just turned my life around 100%, 180.
Congratulations.
I had nothing. I owned nothing but the stuff that was in my backpack, a sleeping bag and like a couple clothes, like less than 5 years ago.
Holy cow. If anybody else was telling me this, I wouldn't believe it. But like, this is just amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for meeting up with me.
My hand's filthy.
No, that's okay. This is just so cool.
Dude, I'm so stoked you're here.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time. But I'm so glad I got to come out here. It's so mind-blowing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have a box you'd like to have featured on this channel, just hit me up. You can message me on Instagram or just send me an email. Till the next one. We'll see you.